Tá maluco? Tá maluco? Tá maluco? Tá maluco? Tá maluco? Tá maluco? Maluco, malucão. Se entra na minha live, vai ter um salvezão. Mano, você sabe que tá delicado. Mano, você sabe que eu sou delicado. Piu, 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 piu. Manda um salve para mim. Vampyr, demora um pouquinho o load, então a gente pode conversar. Estou onde? Estou no nível 15?
It's locked, all right.
Ok.
He's mine. I'll take it.
Caralho! Ai! O que aconteceu aqui? Do nada. Dá um dash. Dashzinho. Ai, tá me queimando, Estou sem... Vou ter que matar esse cara. Mano, eu tô sugando muito sangue, Aí eu pego esse cara. Você acha o machão, né? Vai ver. Eu tô muito forte, cara. Toma atacada, meu irmão. Não tem essa, caralho. Tá maluco? Vamos fazer missão aí. Sanguezinho. Ah, tá. Foi aqui onde que a gente encontrou aquela mulher lá em cima, né? Isso aí. Aqui não dá pra subir? Dá. Então vamos pra cá, então. Cara, isso daqui é muito importante, esses bagulho aí de arma, cara. Importante é o lootzinho. Se eu conseguisse mais poder, cara, eu ia ficar felizão. Esse taco aqui é do caralho, velho. Não tem como não, os malucos ali. Ô, caralho.
Jonathan.
Oi. Não vai me pegar aqui não, né? Não vai não. Opa. Caralho.
I won't let you escape.
Agora... Eu não vou lá pra cima, né? Óbvio. Jonathan!
Very fast, but I'll catch you.
Ah, eu vou dar uma atacada, hein? Tá maluco? Eita, cara morto aqui.
All been butchered.
Já que tu não vai usar isso, nem eu vou mais. Ah! Eu vou juntar um pouco de XP aqui, né? Porque, né? Porque as coisas estão caras. Quanto mais XP, melhor pra mim. Eu sei, eu também sinto uma presença, cara. Não quero falar nada não, mas é a presença que quer dar o... Quer dar aquele surprise, motherfucker. Opa. Bala. Pô, o cara tá golfando ali, velho. Que isso? Pra que isso? Ratinho.
This is despicable.
Uma hora tu tem que se acostumar, meu irmão. É, eu tenho que ir por aqui mesmo, pode ser. O maluco tava chupando alguém ali. Não, pensei que ele tava aqui.
Come to me.
Venha para mim! Ai!
I feel someone's eyes upon my neck.
Te ajudo, cara, te ajudo. Sou o seu salvador aí, mano.
You!
Fala.
What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, is it really you?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reed.
Mary.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital.
Coroi? E aí?
Cemetery to cemetery. Grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were. In front of me. On a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary.
Mary.
I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reed? No? I'll show you mine then. The family Reed, reunited and complete. living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for
Mary,
me.
wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget. Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
So that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular, that of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself.
Essas línguas aí japonesas aí, meu irmão.
It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Que isso?
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good.
Ai, ai. Ela quer. Toma, tacada. Opa, que isso, rapaz? Que isso? Você repugante. Vagabunda. 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 Então, vai pra porrada.
You've killed me, bro. Rest in peace, monster.
Caralho! Tá porra! Tá maluco? Quer vir pra porrada, vem, caralho! Caralho! Acho que ela tá...
Kinslayer!
Ai, ai. Caralho, mas porra! Ah, toda a vida grita, toda a vida
Burned
grita.
away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster! Kiss me again, sweet brother. Give me your blood, priest.
Matou o maluco!
Final thoughts are just to die for.
Ai! Tá maluco, meu irmão? Tá comendo merda? Toma tacada então! Toma tacada, bicho quietinho. Ah, que delícia!
You left me to rot.
Ah, mas se der é roubado também, né, meu irmão? Ai, ai! Vou porrada. Ai, ai! Cala a boca!
Kinslayer! What have you done?
Caralho! Bora, meu irmão!
Assassin!
Vomita, vomita!
Kiss me again.
Que isso? Agora um load infinito. Cara, ela chupou o sangue do maluco ali, tá ligado? Voltou toda a vida da mulher, velho. Mulher desgraçada da porra. Ah, é só para lembrar, eu tô num difícil. Por isso que eu tô tomando uns tecos já era, velho. Tá maluco. Será que se eu chupar o sangue do maluco primeiro, será que dá alguma coisa? Acho que eu vou chupar primeiro antes de que ela chupe, né? Ah, mano. Voltei. Meu Deus, tudo diálogo. Não, não, não. Ah, tá. Vem pra porrada. Vem pra porrada essa porra. Caralho. Toma, caralho. Ah, vou morrer primeiro que
Kill me. Revel in your true nature.
prefiro eu com poder do que tu com poder, essa vagabunda. Ah, que apetitoso, cara.
You killed
Dê uma
me,
porrada
brother.
comigo. Dá aquela
Kiss me
gofadinha.
again, sweet. You've burned away Nurse's mind. You're a monster. A bomb. What?
Caralho! A mulher não para. Vem! Vem! Vem!
Rest in peace, monster.
Meu Deus, essa mulher não para. Ah, não. Vai tomar ali. Ah, sugada. Ah, botei.
Kinslayer!
Não. Eu não acredito. Olha o poder absurdo dessa vagabunda. Dessa vez eu chupei primeiro, mas não adiantou. Essa vagabunda me matou ainda. Ó, eu já sei o seguinte, mano. Quando ela vai pra gritar, eu tenho que sair fora, meu irmão. Que eu comi um monte ela. Ela gritou, morri. Que isso? Só não é gritaria. É, o negócio é chupar o sangue do cara primeiro do que ela, velho. Porque não vai adiantar se eu deixar o cara ali, ele vai morrer. O pior de tudo é que ela me odeia e fica me chamando de irmão, né, velho? O bagulho é doido. Ah! Voltei de novo. É triste, mano.
To rot in this grave.
Ah. Quanto mais cedo eu usar essa porra, mais... Vem pra porrada. Caralho! Calma.
Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature.
Eu não sei se, tipo, precisava matar ele.
Assassin! What have you done? Kinslayer!
Ah, caralho. Ó, é isso mesmo, velho. A hora que eu chupar o sanguinho dela, porra, não dá, velho. Eu tentei sair, mas a área é muito grande, cara. Eu tava quase com a vida cheia, praticamente. Tá foda, caralho. Foda que eu não queria que ela chupasse, nem eu chupasse o cara, tá ligado? Ah, mas isso daí ficou meio estranho, mas beleza. Ah, chupava mesmo o cara mesmo, chupo mesmo. Tá maluco. Cara, eu tô tentando, meu irmão. Eu tô tentando matar ela, velho.
In the name of Christ, someone help!
Assassin!
Saco, vai, vamos lá.
You rest in peace, monster.
Vem pra porrada, vem pra porrada. Não, calma.
You left, you've burned away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster! Come to me, Jonathan. Give me your blood, Prince.
No, 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 no.
Final thoughts
É, não adiantou muita coisa,
die for. Abomination.
Eu sou abominação ou você é? Caralho.
Kiss me again, sweet brother.
Vem pro palma.
Kinslayer!
Ai, ai.
What have you done? Assassin!
Ai, quase morri, quase morri.
Abomination!
Grita não.
Rest in peace, monster.
bolha.
You.
Ai, mamãe.
Come to me, Jonathan.
E ela não para de vir, meu irmão. Tá, mas... Ai. Por favor, irmão, vamos conversar, vai. Foge, caralho. Nossa, não adianta, meu irmão. Ela me persegue, me chupa. Ai, que viado. Não adianta, cara. Eu quero uma cruz daquela ali também, meu irmão. Mó do caralho. Pode ir do caralho no grupo, porque puta que pariu, caralho. Meu taco não tá dando conta, meu irmão.
Please help me.
Assassin! You left me to rot. What have you done? Kinslayer!
Caralho, morre, mulher, morre.
Kiss me again, sweet brother. You killed me, brother.
Não é tu só tu que tem expressão nessa porra, não. Caralho!
You burned away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster. Abomination.
Só eu, né?
Give me your blood, priest. Final
Vagabunda.
thoughts are just to die for.
Ah! Eu sei que eu sou um monstro! Grita logo.
Rest in peace, monster.
As árvores somos nós.
Kiss me again, brother.
Você é fraca! Cala a boca! Caralho! Fala merda!
Come to me, Jonathan. What have you done?
Ah, caralho!
Rest in peace, monster.
Agora não tem sanguinho pra tu não, só vagabundo. Otária!
I'll make you kneel like a dog, just as you
Venha.
did to Sean Hampton.
Vem pra casa do caralho.
What have you done?
Sai! Primeiro se cura, depois faz o que tem que fazer, que é pegar. Ai. Pode apelar no grupo, porque puta que pariu.
Rest in peace, monster.
Vagabunda. Agora quero ver o que ela vai falar agora. Ai, me desculpe, foi mal.
Brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
E aí?
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary.
Tá, se tu encontrar uma cura.
At last, I can forgive you.
Não, ela é minha irmã. A que acabou de morrer, que eu matei. Ela era minha irmã. Ah, não, a Suzuki? Não, não, é um amigo só. Amiga, amigo. Ai. Não, de boa, de boa. De boa.
Blood.
Sangue.
As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
Ah, tá, pensei que, porra, acabou por aqui já? Tá doido? Ô, mano. Ah, já fiquei assim, porra, já? Pô, é só matar a irmã dele? Caralho, só isso. Não, mas não. Ficar um pouquinho apavorado aqui. Ô, 4.000 de XPzinho, velho. Ô, louco. Sei não, hein, meu irmão. Eu vou aumentar o meu taco aqui, que o bagulho é doido. O que isso aqui é? Mais seringa. Eu não gosto de usar seringa, meu irmão. Eu não uso seringa. Deixa eu ver, mano. Aqui. Porra. Complicado, salgado, hein. Believe it. Bidim, bidim, bidim. Bidim, bidim. Bidim, bidim, bidim. Bidim, bidim. Bidim, 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 bidim. Será que eu espero mais um pouquinho? Não. Tá. Não, porra, 2.000 não. Não. Agora não. Aumentar meu vigor. Tá, vou aumentar meu vigor. Não sabia que era tão caro assim. Porra. Cacete. suquinho, um suquinho. Ah, vamos ir a porra da minha vida, é esse. O resto a gente vê depois. Essa porta eu consigo abrir.
I cannot enter.
Vai estar com problema de novo? O que passa? Que passa?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Falou, falou. Eu vou curar esse vagabundo que tá ferido aqui, cadê? O maluco sempre tá com fadiga, velho.
Good evening, Doctor.
Não era bem você que eu queria, mas...
Goodbye, Mrs.
Esse maluco aqui.
Good.
Deixa eu só ver, né? Se não tem uma pistinha. Não, não tem nada.
Do you need
não.
any? I'm afraid. You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my...
And you have my gratitude.
I have to go.
Não faz nada, cara. Como é que é assim, tá ligado? Muito machucado. Eu acho que eu não tenho, eu vou tentar.
And do you need my... Would have been...
Eu não tenho.
Goodbye.
Ah, eu tenho que ver o negócio ali. Pra ver se o cara tá vendendo. Cadê esse maluco? Ué, o maluco não tá aqui. Ué, não matei ele. Ah, tá aqui o negão. Ó, negão!
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
Quero negociar
I'd like
contigo,
Wise
bro.
choice, Doctor.
Só tem um? Ah, mas vai um. Deixa eu ter aqui. Deixa eu ver se não tem
Good
um.
Goodbye.
Falou, seu guidão. Fadiga de novo. Para de fumar, meu irmão.
Hey! You're lucky to this flight. Don't. I'll leave you for...
O jogo nem me obriga mais a, tipo... a querer dar, tá ligado? Um remédio. Caralho. Bugou até o áudio aqui nessa porra.
It's locked.
Esses caras aí tão... muito de broderagem aqui pro meu gosto. Caralho! O maluco atravessou o portão, hein? Isso.
Hello again.
Good evening.
Are you
Of course, what I believe.
Isso aqui a gente já discutiu.
Do you need...
Afraid so.
Goodbye.
Falou, falou. Deixa eu ver por onde que eu tenho que ir. Não, tá pro outro lado. Ok.
There's one of them! Watch yourselves!
Eita porra!
Killers all you deserve!
Eita porra! Ah, vou assistir daqui, né?
Oh, Christ! Grenade!
Ó o lobo. Ah, mano, olha aí. O lobo tá traçando o maluco ali. Caralho, o lobo tá mal, hein? O que o lobo fez ali agora? É, o lobo vai comer o cozinho dele, hein? Caralho, lobo, o que tá acontecendo? Morreu. Valeu, lobo, pela sua ajuda, viu? O lobo meteu o sarrafo aí, velho. Que isso? Porra! Os malucos tão bravos ali, hein? De novo, ó.
You must prepare, child, for the earth is bleeding and the harvest is upon us.
Stay away! Whoever you are!
This is no time for petty quarrels, my champion. Can you not hear? The famished queen has awoken.
I am not your champion.
But of course you are, son. As surely as you are the blood of my blood.
I had to kill Mary.
I have known your pain, child. Do not succumb to...
Silence! I dismiss you, now!
The land calls for a champion. All and everyone needs you.
Silence!
I'm tired of all these puppet shows.
É, o que eu posso falar sobre isso? Nada! Eu sou o seu campeão, papai! Oh, papai!
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor woman did, nobody deserves this kind of thing.
Caralho, velho, não se decide, tá ligado? Do nada, mano, pega o maluco ali e de Jorge. Ei, mais uma guerra já. Vou ficar olhando aqui, meu irmão. Nada melhor, né, meu irmão? Dale, 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 dale. Dale, dale. Caralho, o maluco é brabo, viu? Caralho, o que aconteceu ali? O que foi aquilo ali? Caralho, tá metendo a facada mesmo, foda-se. Vai, pega ele! Caralho, quer vir pra briga? Papi! isso, velho? Do nada. Ah, o maluco tomou um vapo aqui, né? O cara quer chegar perto de mim, velho. Eu não gosto de pessoas, cara.
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
Não, não, não. Foda-se, nem bate na porta não, já chega chegando mesmo, foda-se. Ah, tomar no cu. Não, não, não. Papai está forte. Agora ele bate, que isso?
Dr. Reed, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
Muito a conversar.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Que coisa feia, hein?
Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him. But I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Please, call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
My sister Mary. She was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampire through careless error. Victims by surprise.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
In the end, she implored me to put an end to her misery. But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
Cara, só não quero que tenha
I came to the
vapo aqui,
conclusion
velho.
that my
Não
maker,
dá, né?
whoever he might be,
Ah, dá pra pular.
must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How have you reached this conclusion?
He is the only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient lineage.
I felt this power
radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Priwen half a century ago. I wonder who your maker could be.
You have no idea who he could be?
Some of the ancient ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know is you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
Verdade.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
Ok.
I must say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
Eu não quero falar nada não, mas eu acho que a capa dele
but I do so enjoy
foi
the
chupada.
aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
Gostoso.
Please, call me Elizabeth.
Opa, que isso?
So, my lady, why truly did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Who are they? Really?
They are the embodiment of vampire law in Britain. Some say they influence the destiny of the Empire. Some believe they merely protect it.
How many are they?
Only a small number of powerful and deceitful immortals. All of them entangled in a sticky web of shadow cabinets, influencing trade.
Will they fight the Guard of Priwen?
I doubt it. Fergal was Lord Redgrave's executioner forever and a day. By defeating that beast, you deprived them of a powerful weapon.
Why use you to contact me?
Because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information, and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first. But it is only logical, considering the critical situation in London.
Why not ask for your help? Since you are obviously a powerful and influential immortal yourself.
You have to understand that I am invisible to the eyes of Ascalon, for I am a woman. That suits me well, as long as they leave me alone.
Should I trust them?
Of course not. Do not misunderstand me. They can be very useful, but I believe their long-term goals differ from yours.
Why meet them then?
Because nothing truly important can be achieved in this city without their consent. They could be powerful allies in this current situation.
Should I lie to them?
We all lie, Jonathan. It falls to you to choose your behavior. The most important rule is to show them due respect.
They have done nothing but impede my investigations since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave? Who is he?
Lord Redgrave is the founder and chairman of the Ascalon Club. Most mortals know him as the Earl of Bristol. He is rich and extremely influential.
Have you met him?
Only on rare occasions, for he never goes outside the club. And women are not awarded membership, even immortals.
How old is he?
Machista.
How long has he been a vampire?
Lord Redgrave claims to be the progeny of William Marshall, the most valiant knight who ever lived. If that is true, he could be very old.
How powerful is his reach?
The Ascalon Club may be the most influential secret society in England. Not all its members are immortals, but they are all very powerful.
They are not all immortals. How is that?
The club is mainly comprised of political figures who seek the safety and expansion of the Empire. The most loyal are awarded immortality.
Any familiar or famous names?
As the richest, most relentless British tycoon, Aloysius Dawson is considered ideal Ascalon material and has been watched for years.
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite. But we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Prewen has called for a second great hunt of our kind. And they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
Will the Guard of Prewen and the Ascalon Club fight each other?
I doubt it. If Prewen really launched a great hunt, I think most of the Ekons I know would flee the country to escape the bloodbath.
I think I saw them kill an Ekon on the way to your house. They seem to have a list with names.
To launch another great hunt, they must have collected intelligence on vampire identities and whereabouts. They are a resourceful lot.
Should we fight back? I will not be hunted down like an animal again.
I admire your courage, Jonathan. But the best way to fight them is to put an end to the epidemic. This is the only way to clear the air.
What is a great hunt?
The first great hunt was launched about 75 years ago. In just a few nights, the Guard of Prewen located and destroyed most of the old British vampires.
Why start a second one?
Prewen has always seen us immortals as a threat to mankind. My guess is they suspect one or more of us as the cause of the epidemic.
How did you survive the first hunt?
I fled, Jonathan. Like most vampires who survived that slaughter. And I secretly came back when I was sure they had lost my trail.
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here. There is a question I must ask you. Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it. If Lord Redgrave had made you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
What is the plan?
The plan is we both try to save this city, you and I. Go to Ascalon, accept their proposition, and use their influence to promote your agenda.
How can I save London?
The epidemic is the priority. You must find its origin and put an end to it. This is the best way to solve the crisis.
What will you do?
I still have contacts and old friends in this town. I shall make some inquiries and attempt to learn more of the situation. We need clarity.
Will I ever discover the identity of my maker?
Maybe not, Jonathan. We know for sure you were made by a powerful vampire. But most of those fled England long ago.
Please forgive my bluntness, but I have to ask. Was it you? Did you make me?
Oh, Jonathan. I know you shall always have a gnawing doubt about who made you an immortal. But I swear, I had nothing to do with it.
You have no idea at all? You seem to know so many things about the secrets of the vampire underworld.
Even if I had my suspicions, I would not dare give you a name so soon. All I can say is this. I will make inquiries and keep you informed.
One day soon, I will have to find the answer to this mystery.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No. You will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
Will you not visit Pembroke again?
No. I must remain discreet and avoid attracting attention to Pembroke Hospital for the time being.
But how will you sustain yourself?
I shall not, Jonathan. Fear not. I'm used to it.
When will we meet again?
As soon as you meet Lord Redgrave, I suppose. Fear not, my dear. I shall only be a heart's beat away.
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan, promise me you'll be careful.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
I am.
I mean, really look at me, young Ekon. We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Elizabeth.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
Qual que lindinho. Loadzinho, fiquei quietinho pra vocês ouvir a dublagem. Dublagem não, né? Narração e tudo mais. Quietinho, quietinho. Putz, 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 putz.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club.
Sempre tem sangue aqui, eu tenho um quarto perto. Caralho, os caras tem que parar de tretar aí, velho. O resto, isso. É aqui quando tá.
It's locked, all right.
entendi. Tá, o que que tem no esconderijo? Tem que achar essa porra primeiro. Caralho. Calma, bravo. Cara, eu não queria ir pra porrada contigo. É, eu acho que tu não é tão forte assim, né? É verdade. Essas coisas aqui que eu quero pra mim. Sanguinho. Oh, meu Deus. O que tá acontecendo aqui? Ó o lobão, ó o lobão. Meu Deus. Tá, meu personagem começou a andar devagar aqui, eu não tô entendendo. Ah, ali. Deus.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
No civilians allowed, sir.
Que tal tu calar a boca que eu vou te matar agora? Que tal isso?
I'll send you to hell.
Ok. Não posso dar mole então. O cara não tomou nada de dano do meu bagulho, tá ligado? Nadinha. Me diga então, como fiquei assim. Os caras mataram o vampiro que eu vi. Louco. Mandei até um speed flowzinho aqui. Pra quem tá na maldade? Lootzinho só pra, tipo, aquecer, sabe? Pra tu ficar ciente que vai ter perigo e se tu morrer vai demorar pra um caralho. Aleluia.
I cannot enter.
Será que o cara é apelão? Só uma pergunta. Eu morri do nada ali, tá ligado? Do nada. Caralho, mais um load. Bora morrer pra aquele desgraçado do puta merda.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a crush the leech, killing's all you deserve.
Para! Que isso, moleque? Acho que esse veneno é melhor, é mais forte do que... Eita. Quer me atacar, eu te ataco. Entendi. Porra, agora tá descrancado, hein? Porra. Bora. Puta vantagem agora.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, que legal. Interessantíssimo. Não tem nada aqui. Então tá bom. Quietinho.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Vamos tentar subir. É só isso. Peraí. Quer fazer a mão? Caiu na vila peixe fuzila, meu parceiro. Caralho! O maluco explode, tá ligado? Não para. Caralho. Me fudeu aqui agora. Suave, negão, suave. Não vai acontecer nada não. Que isso dói, meu parceiro. É só isso que tem. Ó, tem cara ali, hein? Nossa, tá, o cara dele tá perseguindo. Quer bater na porta? Não dá. Não dá pra subir ali também. Deu pronto. Cara, conseguiu me queimar ainda, tá ligado? Tem que tomar mais cuidado aqui, tá muito fácil de morrer nessa porra aqui. Não quero ficar morrendo toda hora não.
The Ascalon Club, the heart of British Vampire Society. Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill...
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Econs. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Econ, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night.
She told me everything when I turned 16. Though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously. And the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
That's it.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Cara aqui. Piu 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 pim pim pam pam. Pim pim pim
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
I'm afraid the newspapers are seriously underestimating the situation. Things are critical, believe me.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
Isso, consegui. Boa.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the
Pode
perfect
interagir.
hour. Believe me, my
Pode,
friend,
canal.
it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Eu não tenho nada por enquanto. Deixa eu ver.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
É isso que eu queria. Presta salgado. Acho que é isso que eu queria. Porra, é essa. Vou comprar dois desses de foda-se. Não vou usar o dinheiro pra mais nada. Tem outro maluco aqui. Desculpa falar tanto assim, mas é a vida, cara. Tem que falar, tem que conhecer as pessoas.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. So many things have happened.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece, and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
Do you need medical
remédio pra... não tem.
I will see you later. You need...
Acho que é a primeira vez que acontece aquilo ali, ó. Que tá aparecendo na minha tela de esquece pra evoluir. Acho que é porque eu tô com bastante XP. Dá uma tascada aqui, né, meu irmão? O que custa? Olá, moça bonita. Mentira.
Mother. Good evening.
Jonathan! Is it you? Where have you been, my prodigal son?
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Mary? She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Mother, do you know what's been going on in this area?
Not really. I don't go out much due to the epidemic, and when I do, I tend to get lost.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope you don't go outside alone.
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble finding the way back.
Have you returned to Whitechapel Cemetery since Mary's funeral?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once. And you were there too. And Mary? No, that can't be true.
It was just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes. Mary was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery from the station, I don't know what would have happened.
Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay with me, Jonathan. Your room is ready. I asked Avery to make your bed.
I'll stay as long as I can, I promise. Do you need anything else?
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you, it breaks my heart to look at those empty, dead eyes.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject, and my mind quickly drifts. It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure you'd like her.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name? Is she famous? Is she dead too?
She's not famous, and her name is of no importance. And yes, she's also dead.
The important thing is, I hope you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad to welcome her into my home.
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your sister?
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead? And my grandson? And my son-in-law? You're all gone. But you all still visit me from time...
Talking to you. Trying...
this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy.
Caramba.
Just look at you. As pale as my Mary.
Caralho, que pesado, mano. Caralho, que triste, tipo, é muito triste.
Do you need my...
I'm all right, son.
Goodbye, Mother.
Goodbye,
É
son.
triste, cara. Ah, eu tenho que olhar ela. Onde que eu vou? Tá, eu tenho que olhar ela. Eu vou olhar ela antes do que...
Your father and I have spoken about your fiancé, Mary. We believe he'll be an honorable husband for you. We'll set a date for the marriage then. That way, I'm sure one of my children will give me grandchildren. I understand your thirst for knowledge, Jonathan, and your father and I are proud of it. But you are not that young anymore, my son. When will I meet your soulmate? You can ascribe my romantic tendencies to my French origins if you want, Aubrey. But I'll never cease to believe in a match made in heaven, my beloved.
I really wish you could meet her, Mother.
It's locked.
You would love her.
Caraca, que pesadinho, pesadinho. Mama.
Hello again, Mother. Do you really see Mary and Father? Do you also see me as one of the dead?
Yes. For many years, it was just a game. Since your father left us without a word, I took to the habit of speaking to him.
Yes, I remember. I sometimes spied on you and listened to you talking with Father in the garden. It made me so angry then. But it was just a game, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. But since then, my poor dead Mary visited me in my room. She led me to her grave, and there you were. I now know the dead can haunt us.
I'm so sorry. You did not deserve to endure this. Mary should never have done this to you.
That's true, my son. But you know what the worst part is? I liked it when Mary spoke in my head. Now she is silent, and it makes me so sad.
Should I leave you alone? Just ask, and I swear you'll never hear from me again.
Oh, no, Johnny. You're always welcome in this house. And one day, when I finally die, we'll all be together again, just as Mary promised us.
Goodbye, Mother. Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon.
It's locked, all right.
Caralho, foda, viu? isso, ó.
Good evening, Avery. Mr. Jonathan? I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reed myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reed is too frail for the moment. Recently, she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I'm sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
Do you know my mother speaks to the dead members of this family?
Yes. I sometimes hear her speaking to you, Miss Mary, and her baby. Sometimes your father, too.
So she thinks I'm also dead? And what about you?
I believe she only sees her relatives as the dead she speaks to, Mr. Jonathan. It breaks my heart to see Miss Reed like that.
Aí, que eu coloco agora, merda.
She may get better. It's only a hypothesis, but I know my mother is strong. Whatever illusions have clouded her mind, they will fade in time.
Yes. With time, Miss Reed will recover from this cursed year. I know that your return can only be beneficial to that process.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir, so my task is not over.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
Do you really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
My home is here, and I have nowhere else to go. But this house will need some improvements if I move here. Some radical changes.
That's good news. Whatever changes you have in mind, I'm sure we will find an arrangement that suits your mother also.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan. But please return as soon as possible.
Historinhas! Eu tenho que subir lá de novo. De novo, conversar com a minha mãe. Mamãe, estou indo, mamãe. O jogo tá meio parado agora, mas quando voltar é só...
Hello again, Mother.
Jonathan, back already. Good, good. I was just about to go outside to find you. You shouldn't stay away for so long.
Caralho.
Do you think Avery is right? Do you think I should take better care of you?
I don't blame you, but you abandoned me, son. A mother should not survive her children. It's unbearable to know you're not here anymore.
Caramba.
I know I have failed you since I returned. I even watched you bury Mary from a distance. From now on, I will protect you. You have my word.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not notice how much you have changed?
Have I changed that much, Mother? Am I still your son?
You are still, and you'll always be. Despite your pale skin, your bloody eyes, and that echoing sadness in your voice.
Tá foda aqui, rapaz. Opa. Caramba, minha mãe tá...
Tell me, Mother, how are you? All alone in this big house with only Avery to take care of you.
I'm sad most of the time. Sad that you have left me here alone. Sad that you don't tell me when you come or go.
I'm so sorry, Mother. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was coming home. I was home. London, the Thames, and then it happened.
What happened, Johnny?
I lost my way. Somewhere between the boat and the house, my life changed completely.
You should have told me, Johnny. I would have understood. You always were a secretive little boy.
Cara, eu não sei se, tipo... Tadinha, não vou matar ela, né?
Try to rest now.
Fala,
Goodbye, son. Please come back soon.
Pode deixar, mamãe. Eu vou enfrentar todos os...
How is your sweet boy?
I cannot enter.
Cara, com certeza pra abrir essas portas eu vou ter que matar os personagens, sabe? Tipo, todas as portas que tiver fechada, provavelmente um personagem tem, tá ligado? Porra, velho, matar minha mãe é foda, né? Porque eu tenho chave aqui, só que não abre nenhuma dessas porra. Opa, voltou? E aí, velho? Porque sumiu, velho. que aconteceu que tu sumiu, velho? Ficou chato a live? O jogo tem bastante diálogo, né, velho? Cara, tu viu? Cara, é pra carregar só cutscene, tá ligado? Não faz sentido, sabe?
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Então, o que tá acontecendo aqui?
Welcome to the Ascalon.
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Cara, entrei no bagulho aqui e carregou o jogo, velho. Tá, então eu saí da porra da casa, velho. Vou conversar com essa garruela aqui e volto pra...
Good evening, Miss. Miss.
No.
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones. Their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please. Help.
Tell me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know? Someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me, or I'll abandon you. Help me, please, Doctor.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm hungry. Need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reed?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. Before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark. Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
Can I help you?
The rats!
I must go now.
Bora, 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 bora. Loadzinho, loadzinho. Tell me why you can't nothing but I can't you see? No, 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 no.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
Cara, devo tentar abrir essa porta aqui, que eu não quero sair de novo, velho. Mas talvez... Não. Vamos tentar... Azul.
It's locked.
Isso daqui é pra me roubar, bro. Chavezinha. Eu vou tentar abrir o outro lado de novo lá. Talvez com essa chave. Esse cara é cheio de dinheiro nessa porra.
I cannot enter.
Good evening.
Good evening. Já vai todo mundo porra de ficar olhando aí, hein, seus merda.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She's a close friend, and I'm honored that she feels the same about me.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if
Ah,
she's a
verdade,
mortal.
ela falou isso.
Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why do you suddenly need me?
The Ascalon Club only recruits the best, and you definitely fit the bill. Your scientific and medical reputation alone would qualify you as a candidate.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members. And I do appreciate obedience.
Ah, tá.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours. Sent to cleanse the East End of all skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Caralho, sou obrigado a fazer essa merda.
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Olha mais, olha mais. Eu sou.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Bearer.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No. He was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
You do know I killed him?
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scowls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Priwen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Scowls.
I have met peaceful and wise Scowls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Scowls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Have you heard the rumors
Some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city.
Mano, agora eu vou ter que botar os scams. Pra quê, velho? Eu gosto que ninguém fica me matando, não. Eu não gosto que fica me mandando essa porra. Aí chega um maluco desse aqui.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
I feel perfectly fine. Do I have cause for concern?
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret, shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in, to cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What do you know about the Guard of Prewin?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
But that would segregate the rich from the poor, would it not? It would be unjust.
Our only course of action must be to save England. And to save England, we have to make sacrifices.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs. And
cara,
it needs it
isso daqui
now.
é gameplay, tá ligado? Eu tenho que conversar com as pessoas. É um único jeito de eu conseguir me aprofundar e conseguir a parte da história, entendeu? Tem muitas coisas nesse jogo. Isso daqui não é jogo de carro não, bro. Eu sei que é tu, meu irmão. Eu sei que é tu, meu João.
Welcome to the Ascalon.
Opa. Não brilhou não. Então eu tenho que sair da casa? O bagulho. Tô pensando. Mudasse o nome, mudasse o nome do canal, por quê? É só isso que tem aqui embaixo? Só isso. Sai dessa merda, essa casa aqui, tá? Miojando. O nome do teu canal é pra ser engraçado. Ai. Se liga no load agora, se liga no load, hein? Ah, o jogo é da hora, pô, o jogo é da hora. Se tivesse dublado ia ser melhor ainda, tá ligado? Tem que ficar lendo, é uma merda. Mas a gameplay é daorinha, pô. Ah, eu gosto assim, cara, eu tô gostando. E olha que eu não gosto muito de, tipo, de RPG assim, tá ligado? Tu tem que, tipo, evoluir pra ficar mais forte, tá ligado? Se tu ficar fraquinho aqui, os malucos te dão uns taquinhos aí e tu já morre. Não, acho que não. Acho que não é igual, não. É bem diferente, eu acho. Muito diferente. Esse daqui tu bate, pô. Tu tem poder e tem tudo. Só que o negócio é ter que conversar com as pessoas, né? Eu sou obrigado a conversar com as pessoas pra conseguir avançar na... Vou te mostrar o combate, vai.
Are you deaf? Look lively! Let's go!
Legal. Consigo travar a mira e tudo aqui, ó. Bem de boa. Vou morrer.
Want some of that? Fuck, he's dead! Die for me! Die, beast! You leeches didn't kill him! Want some of that? Bloody monster!
Morri. Ai. Oh, uou.
I'd step back, sir.
Era aqui que era pra tá?
It's one of them!
Era pra pegar isso, galera.
All of you bloody leeches need killing!
Morri. Ai. Tá difícil, tá? Tá difícil.
Not a good place for a stroll. Sir, step away now. It's a leech. Kill him.
Caralho, velho. Crash, Me diga então, diga então.
Ain't safe here for a gentleman.
Ah, mano, vai tomar no teu cu. Caralho. Uma porrada desse maluco e ainda tô pegando fogo. Mano, esse cara do gás é do caralho, velho. Tá foda.
This was mine.
Bora morrer 499 vezes. Caralho, meu irmão, caralho.
Killing's all you deserve. Put an end to you.
Caralho, mesmo agitando o bagulho, velho. Tá difícil. Daqui a pouco eu vou ter que começar a matar gente pra conseguir ter poder, velho. Porque tá foda. Eu não queria chegar a esse ponto, mas... Porra, vou ter que chegar, velho. Tá foda. Porra. Daqui a pouco eu vou ter que matar gente, cara. Não é possível. Vou ter que começar a matar, porque tá foda, tá foda. Alô, alô, quem está na live, dá um alô. Eu vou conseguir, 1 hora, eu vou conseguir. Ah! Está difícil, eu não queria matar ninguém. Eu tento fugir, cara, mas aquele gás é do surreal, velho. Porra.
This is no place for you, sir. Die, man!
Tá. Caralho. Te fudei, meu irmão.
Ai, eu consegui! Ai, que alegria!
It's locked.
He's mine! I'll take it!
Meu Deus, olha o dano dessa porra. Cala a boca, filha da puta. Cala a boca. Cala a boca. Que dá o direito de gritar essa porra aqui. Porra, eu preciso ser mais forte. Din din. Cara, deixa eu ver. Já sei o que eu vou fazer. Ir por cima. Haha. Gênio. Alguém tá dando aquela mamada aqui. Que isso? Esse jogo é de... Era pra ser de terror, não de mamadeiros. Ó. Deve estar uma delícia. Ó. Que isso, meu Deus do céu. Jogo da mamada, velho. Ih, caralho. Botar a missão, botar a missão. Achei que era assim. Caralho, meu irmão. Morre logo aí. Ó. Dinheiro. Ding.
This is Braille. I need someone who can read this.
Neto, ria. Tem uma coisa brilhando ali. Estou seguindo. Opa.
Are you deaf?
Cara, qual foi, meu irmão? Tu tá comendo mena?
Over there! There's one of them vermin! Look at it! Vicious bugger! No!
Sim. Esse golpe aqui é tipo uma merda, né? Ah, agora foi. Ah, que delícia. Toma. Caralho. Foi, rapaz. Foi. Easy bitch. Por favor, diz que... Ah, não. Aqui eu vou voltar, né? Porra, o cara procura bem, hein? Que isso? Vamos ajudar ele a achar o que ele quer. Calma que tu é o próximo, mano. Relaxa. Caralho. Puta fogo do caralho, hein? Porra, eu usei a porra da minha vida e fui morto, velho. Fui morto. Morto, assassinado. Queimado. Eu fui aterrorizado. Ah, muito obrigado, jogo, por ter falado que eu fui exterminado. Mr. Lonely. Não. Não. Por quê? Por quê? Ah, vem que... Caralho, vai tomar no teu... caralho. Cala a boca, cara. Caralho, vai tomar no cu. Agora eles morreram, filhos da puta. Só que me falta ter que matar. Ih, tem que matar tudo de novo, cara. Ah, vai tomar no cu aqui, já vai. Vai ser assim o bagulho agora. Vai ser o bagulho aqui. Meu Deus, absurdo também. Eu derrubei o cara, nem consigo pegar ele. Ó, ó, ó. Legal, fiquei trancado! Eu fiz trampada no canto, velho. Jogo do caralho, velho. Fui traçado ali, velho. Fui traçado. Como é que pode, né, velho? Puta merda. O jogo tá falando assim, mano, mata pessoas pra tu ficar forte, cara. Mata. Destrói. Porra, matei os caras tão rápido ali agora. Vou chegar no canto e morrer pra aquelas vagabundas. Eu só queria uma cama quentinha, meu. Só queria uma cama quentinha. É, mas é assim mesmo, né, velho? O foda é que essa porra desse load aí é do caralho, velho. Tá merda. Puta load do caralho. Acho que essa é a punição do jogo, tá ligado? Morreu, fica... Cala a boca. Cala a boca, meu. Cala a boca. Eu usei uma porra do meu poder e o... Ah, eu vou morrer. Dá pra acreditar numa coisa dessa, cara. Caralho. Dando aquela mamadinha no cara sempre, né? Puta merda. De novo, cara! Ai, meu Deus! Ai, meu Deus, eu não vou mais ir ali. Eu não vou. Não, mano. Vai tomar o gol, cara! De boa, já passou. Vocês já viram uma gameplay tão ridícula assim? Não? Eu sei. Cacete, meu irmão. Porra! O maluco podia atravessar pelo menos o cara, né? Ah, mas na hora que eu chegar no hospital vai todo mundo morrer também nessa porra. Eu sei que não. Ah, foda-se, eu vou matar esses caras e eu não vou ali pro canto, velho. Eu não vou pro canto. Ai. Cara, tipo, aquele poder ali que me protege, entre aspas, ele não me protege com a névoa. Tipo, pô, poderia reduzir o dano, sabe? Pô, não faz sentido. Hoje eu não tô jogando muito bem, tá muito difícil. Ai. Ah, morrer faz parte, né, cara? Fazer o quê? O jeito é eu matar os inocentes, é isso aí. Ficar mais forte. Eu tenho que atordoar o primeiro. Uau.
Ain't safe here for a gentleman. Cross the links, boys!
Fala. Matei, foi. Voltei. Errei a... De boa, já tá. Esse daqui já tá morto já. Quê? Ah, mano. Eu vou tentar levar esses monstros pra...
A restaurant
Eu ia falar alguma coisa ali,
where the
mas...
guests are blindfolded before being seated. Intriguing.
Dando aquela mamadinha no canto, ok, isso, para com isso, deu. Sai do canto, que eu não tô... Ô, caralho! Ai, deu, saí. Ai. Por favor, meu Deus, um tapa dele é... Ai. Pode me bater. Tá. Tá puto, bicho. O maluco nem me segue, não. O maluco deu um pulo. Aí, ó, viu? Já não fiquei no canto, já resolveu, já. Aham. Foi, cara. Agora tem mais cara lá em cima. Uau, surpreendentemente muito grande. Eu não sou nenhum Alan da vida, ou um Phelps, um Selbit. Tá, vou matar esse cara. Ou eu não mato também. Por favor, se cura. Por favor, se cura. Isso. Mano, foda-se se eu jogar assim, velho. Eu não ligo mais pra nada. Morri. Tu é o próximo, filho da puta. Quer vir pra cima? Ou eu vou pra cima? Filha da puta! Desculpa o xingamento aí, eu já tô brabo, porque essa porra, cara, toda vida, velho. Já fiz esse bagulho, eu vou ter que fazer de novo, porque eu morri. Pô, tem mais dois aqui chupando o saco do cara aqui. Ah, não tem mais não? Pelo menos aqui não tem, né?
Sir, step away.
Sim, e pior que, tipo, eu já tô muito avançado, sabe? Tipo, conversei com todo mundo, agora eu tô num bagulho pra... de facção. É mais difícil ainda. Olha a facada que ele me dá, sabe? É ridículo. Morri. Ah, quer saber? Eu não vou ir lá pra cima, eu vou ir direto lá. Eu mato aqueles caras ali da frente, tipo, ali da frente mesmo. Eu vou indo, eu vou matar aquele cara primeiro que atira, tá ligado? Porque tá foda, velho. Eu não consigo sair daqui. Eu já nem sei quantas vezes eu já morri nesse lugar, cara. Eu sou obrigado a ir no meu esconderijo. Eu sou obrigado a upar, porque não tá dando. Provavelmente eu vou ter que matar inocente, porque, cara, tá difícil demais. Eu não vou conseguir jogar assim. Eu sou obrigado a matar inocente. Sim, tá muito maior.
It's not a place for you, sir. Elite!
Eu tô sem sangue. Morri. Até bugou o jogo. Olha aí, até bugou o jogo. Ah! Não, mano, agora eu fiquei feliz, tá ligado? Agora eu fiquei feliz, porque, porra, tá vendo? Até o jogo tá me trollando, velho. Ai, mano, ai. E tu tá jogando bastante esse jogo também? Ou tipo... Tu parou de jogar ele? Tu tá jogando que jogo? Cara, eu tô tentando fazer mais rápido. Cara, tá foda, velho. Ó o cara bugadaço aqui, pô.
This is no place for you, sir. Kill it on you, piece.
Já vou acabar assim? Boa. Morri. Olha isso, tá ligado? Por favor, não! Caralho. Ele ficou grudado a mira, velho. Ai, que desgraça. Eu tô assim, cara, bastante decepcionado comigo mesmo. Eu sei que os inimigos são fortes, mas eu já derrotei eles, cara. E toda vida eu tô voltando pro mesmo lugar, tá ligado? Toda vida. E demora pra caralho pra carregar, pô. Eu só quero ir pra minha cama, cara. Tipo, ir pra um lugar seguro, tá ligado? Porque eu sou obrigado a fazer update da minha arma e tudo, que eu comprei coisas, sabe? Pra poder aumentar o dano dela. Porque tá foda, velho. Deixa eu jeito, eu não vou conseguir. Morri. Eu não tô conseguindo sair do canto. Ai, meu Deus, caralho. Eu sei disso, João. Eu sei disso. Alguém levanta a mão, por favor, para mim. Me dê sua aura para mim. Finge que eu sou o Goku. E eu tô precisando de força, porque tá foda aqui. Finge que eu sou o Goku. Cara, com certeza, se eu colocar meu personagem nos níveis deles, eles vão ficar cada vez mais fortes do que eu, não vai adiantar, sabe? Por exemplo, esse é o nível 25. Se eu botar nível 25, provavelmente eles vão botar no 30, sabe?
Christ, he's dead! Want some of this? Die, beast! I'll send you back in a Want some of this? All of you bloody leeches, kill it! You're mine!
Morri. Cara, eu acho que eu vou fugir, não adianta, tá ligado? O maluco não morre, tá ligado? Não morre. Tô cansado de ver esse longe, cara. Cansado.
Sorry, sir, no admittance. Sir, it's a leech! Kill it! Look at it! Vicious bugger!
Eu sou obrigado a ficar mais forte, foda-se. Porra, não tem lugar pra me subir?
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few
days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
She's been quite...
Good evening, Doc.
I have found a restaurant that could satisfy you, Mr. Russell. The most intriguing and exotic restaurant in London.
Really? You have piqued my interest. Where is it?
It's a place where you eat in complete darkness and try to identify your meal without anything but your palate.
My, oh my, how interesting. It could even be fun to eat a little poisson et fruit that way. Oh, thank you, Dr. Reed. Please, have this for your research.
Carai.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district.
Quem que tá
Have you
aí
noticed anything
me vendo? Tem
Not
duas
really.
pessoas.
Wait, now that you mention
Uma eu sei quem é, e a
I
outra.
don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand.
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a
Agora não
courtyard,
tem.
if I remember rightly.
I may have a look at your...
Eu fiquei decepcionado comigo mesmo, mano. É triste. Vou comprar um só pra brincar, velho. Dinheiro eu tenho. Caralho. Olha o dano dessa arma, meu irmão. Tá maluco.
Have you done?
Good evening. I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district.
Infection is everywhere these days.
Yes? What about?
Not enough noise for a big family with children.
You need some red. Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're after.
Let's pin him down! Crush the leech!
It's locked, all right. This woman's body has multiple lacerations. They're deep, too. Whoever did this was driven by rage. He had his tongue removed and his eyes gouged out. He was a victim of brutal torture. This one's neck is broken. He was young. Probably the son.
Esse daqui tá vivo ainda.
You killed your family.
They mocked my talent!
Acho que eles estavam certos, porque o cara tá uma merda. Ela simplesmente me deu um tapa. Eu perdi uma caralhada de vida. E tava perdendo vida. Olha que demais. Tô vendo que vai demorar demais. Digamos que, sei lá, meia hora de tipo, uns 45 minutos só de load. Cada load deve demorar o quê? 1 minuto? Por aí, 1 minuto e pouco. É absurdo, cara. Aí o jogo, esse jogo é bom, porra, load, né, cara? Load. Mais aqui em cima. Oh, consegui um bagulho. Eu não tava preparando pra essa casa, né, mano? É difícil. Cara, bem que o que eu podia ter pegado. Porra, não precisava ter pegado de novo, né, cara? Pô, puta sacanagem. Ah, não, já peguei aqui. Será que eu tenho que falar do corpo de novo? Não. Até porque já não começa a janela lá, então. vai rir da minha cara, vai falar... Ah! Nojento. Cara, e minha vida tá indo, ó. Foda-se. Como assim, cara? Eu tenho uma porra de uma habilidade que é pra me proteger, tá ligado? De 2 golpes. Ela me deu o golpe. Claro que ela me protegeu do golpe, mas não do veneno que ela me deu no golpe. Porra. Sinceramente, eu não sei o que eu faço. Eu não sei. Me desculpe quem está me assistindo. Desculpa-me por não estar saindo do jeito que eu queria. Só pra dar uma olhada, né? Eu quase morri, cara. Quase. Sol. Pegou em mim ainda, essa merda. Cara, acho que... Mano, sabe o que eu vou fazer? Eu vou desistir dessa missão. Eu vou num abrigo meu, sei lá. Eu upo a minha arma. Depois eu volto aqui e estraçar a cabeça dela. Ó, tem um que... Tá, beleza, tem um... Tá, beleza. Vou estraçar dessa vagabunda depois, porque agora não dá, não é a hora. Não é a hora, eu não consigo. Tá, agora é só ir reto aqui. Cala a boca. Ai, mais caras aqui. Tá. Eu não consigo correr, consigo. Mano, tem um esconderijo meu. Aqui é minha casa, não é?
It's locked. Eu acho que é isso, tá ligado? Caralho, isso daqui parece ser bom.
Agora eu quero ver, lá vagabundo. Eu poderia matar o mordomo. Pá. Só não vou porque ele é da família, hein? Família não mexe. Vamos ver se eu tô forte então. Não quero ver se eu tô forte.
It's an H! Kill it! Cross the leech, boys! Go back to the hell that spawned you!
Cara, forte eu tô, tá ligado? O cara lá de longe me mata. Forte eu tô, tá ligado? Mas agora eu não vou conseguir vigor, porque a minha arma tá tão forte que eu não consigo pegar o cara. Então o que eu tenho que fazer? Eu vou ter que mudar de poder ali. Em vez de me defender, eu vou ter que pegar sangue, entendeu? Porque é o único jeito que eu consegui, assim. Que eu vou conseguir sangue. Porque meu sangue vai acabar muito rápido agora. Oni-chan! Oni-chan!
Stay back, boys!
Ai, que chato.
Roll back to the hell that spawned you!
Caralho, eu acho que
Over there!
Talvez agora eu consiga matar ela, hein? Só devia ter...
Such a radical mutation. Could it be a new stage in the disease's evolution? So, this girl took lessons at the famous Doris Fletcher acting school.
Como é que eu não mato esse vagabundo? É só questão de força! Sanguinho. Eu vou seguir o rastro de sangue. Meu ratinho.
I'm doing this. This is despicable.
Opa. Ratinho.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
Chegar de mansinho, pô. Chegar de mansinho.
Feministas!
Caralho! Breakdance! Pensei que a gente era amigo, Labim. Sabe aquele negócio que tu me deu? Eu rasguei. O quê? Teu cu. Delírio. Caralho. Mano, eu tava usando aquele... Ah, deixa pra lá. Nada melhor que morrer várias vezes.
Over there! There's one of them burning!
Vou encerrar a live por aqui, vou dar uma dormidinha. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Eu sei que eu morri pra porra nos caralho. Eu fico até irritado porque eu fiz uma vergonha hoje. E é isso. Até um outro dia que, sei lá.